Hey everyone, how's it going? I decided I was going to record two videos today. The first one, if you haven't seen it yet, it should already be posted. It concerns my latest pickups from the Pikes Peak card show in Colorado Springs, which took place this weekend. You should go watch it if you haven't watched it yet, because it's got some fun stuff in it. But otherwise, this one is a little bit different. It covers all the cards that have come back to me with signatures that I've sent out through the mail signature autograph requests to various players. I started doing this back in May, as I mentioned in my previous video, where I send cards with a letter and a self-addressed stamped envelope to players, and oftentimes they'll sign them and they'll send them right back to you. Most of them do them for free, but there are some players that do charge a small fee, and usually it's like $5 or $10. It's not much. Often it goes to charity, so that's always good. It's just fun to kind of go to your mailbox every day to see kind of what's there. And I've received a bunch since my last video, so I wanted to go through those and show you who has responded. And I would say most of these seem to be doing this tend to be a lot of the players from like the 1980s era, which is cool because that's kind of my nostalgic sweet spot. I was a kid of the 80s, so getting all of those players that I loved growing up as a kid is always fun. So let's start out with a really big one, which I'm really happy to receive, Raleigh Fingers. And these ones, we've got a 1973 Topps and a 1984, so 84 Fleer. And we got him on the A's when his mustache was just becoming prominent, but had not reached its full iconic state of perfection yet. But here we go. We got him on the Brewers when he's got his awesome mustache, and I just thought this was like the perfect portrait of him. And it looks great with his signature on it, so very happy to get Raleigh Fingers. Raleigh Fingers charges $15 for his signatures, but I think they're super worth it. Next is a player, Dave Beard. Now this guy was not really that big of a player. I think he was good for his first year or so when he was on the A's, and he switched over to the Mariners. Things didn't go so well for him, and he really didn't last in the majors too long. But he does have some cards, and he is willing to sign, so sent him a couple, and they came right back. Next is, there's three of them, from Zane Smith, and I just love his signature. Definitely, I think if you're a kid of the 80s, you probably remember Zane Smith. He was on the Braves and the Expos, but he gets them back really quick. He's free. Then next, we have a Hall of Famer hockey player from the Philadelphia Flyers. He played throughout the 70s and the 80s, Bill Barber. He takes a little bit longer. I think he kind of does them in batches, like some of the players do, where they'll kind of let them pile up and then do them all in a day, because it seems like everybody, the other thing I didn't mention, but I did mention in my previous video, is that they tend to, or that I've got a Facebook page that I get a lot of addresses off of and whatnot. There's also Sports Card Forum, which you can go to get addresses, but people post their latest returns on this Facebook page, and I noticed there's a lot of people posting Bill Barber around the same time I did, so it seems like he kind of did them all in a batch, and it took about a month and a half or so to get these back, but they definitely look great, and happy to add those to the collection. Here is a Cleveland Indian, Charles Nagy, or Nagy, I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but I've got his rookie card on the Don Ross, the green one. And then this one, I really thought it was a great portrait, but again, as I mentioned in my previous video, some of these players don't have any concept of aesthetics, and like when they sign right across their face, it kind of like ruins it for me. I think that the cards look a lot better if they sign below their face and make it, I don't know, it just kind of, just scribbling anywhere on a card it doesn't look as good, and I wish he would have gone a little lower on that, but whatever. I've got two more that look decent, so cool. Next, and this one took a little while to come back, but he does them for free. I think he works for Fox, like the local Fox affiliate in Atlanta, is Ron Gant. And I've got his rookie card with the trophy Fleer, and a 1990 Topps. Again, I mentioned this in my other video that when you're sending these things, be really cognizant of like the brightness of a lot. I will say that like 80% of the players that in my experience sign in blue pen. So when you're like choosing cards, look for pictures that have like a lot more white on them, a lot less blue, because if you have blue on blue, it doesn't really show up as well. So like as you can see in this card, like his signature kind of gets buried in his jersey, so it doesn't pop as much. This one I was hoping he would have signed it a little bit lower where there's more light colored stuff, so the signature is more apparent, but his signature kind of gets drowned out by his uniform in the picture. So like when you're choosing pictures, try to go for ones that have like a lot of white on them or light colors, so that the signature is gonna pop out of it rather than a lot of darks, or else your signature gets lost in it. But I'm still happy with those, even though they're kind of dark. Here's a Detroit Tiger. He's also on the Indians and some other teams, but here's Johnny Grubb. He was on the Tigers back in the '84 when they won the World Series, and I'm a huge Tigers fan, so I'm very happy to get these back from him. Sid Fernandez, these went all the way to Hawaii and back in a really short period of time. I guess the mail in Hawaii is really quick, but I've got Sid Fernandez's rookie, an 89 Topps, and an 86 Fleer. The 86 Fleer, I think, looks really good as far as what I was talking about before with choosing just kind of pale, light colors so that the signature comes up. Whereas the 85 Topps, I chose it because it's a rookie, but it's a really busy sort of background, so it doesn't look as good. But that is the perfect type of choice card for a signature. And then here's another big one, which this one I'm very happy with. I got Jim Palmer. And Jim Palmer, I was noticing on the Facebook page that he's another one of those players that just signs in the center of the card no matter what. He doesn't care if he signs right across his face or anything. So I actually asked him in the letter that I wrote to him if he could sign lower down and not anywhere on the card he wants, but just don't sign right across your face, because it looks a lot better when you don't. And I did it in a nice way. I forgot how I worded it, but he obliged and signed below his face. So I've seen a lot of other people get the 78 Topps one signed, and it's right across his face, and this one is a little bit lower, so it looks a lot better. And of course, he's a Hall of Famer. I forget what he charges. I think it's like $10 or something, but he's got a fee. But he's definitely a fun player to get. Here's another late 70s, early 80s player, Mike Tyson, not to be confused with the boxer, different guys. There we go. He was on the Cubs and he was on the Cardinals. And then it's a basketball card, a player from I think he was playing the 60s and 70s, but I know he's on the Pistons before, but he was also on the Rockets, and he signed, and on this card I've seen other people get this one signed, and he normally does it on the pink part of the thing, so I figured I'd be cool with that, but for some reason he signed it on his jersey, so it kind of gets drowned out in that blue marker that they all use. Next, we've got Denny McLain on a 1968 Topps, and he wrote on it 31-6, 1968, Denny McLain. I've heard, I sent him a letter, and in my letter I said something like, I wonder if you have I was wondering if you had a free minute to sign a card for me. And he sent my letter back, and he circled the word free, and then he wrote sure with an exclamation mark on it. I don't know if he was like, if that was some sort of snarky comment or what. Don't know how to interpret that, but that came back from him. He does charge a fee, and I did send his fee as well, which he signed it. So I'm not sure why he circled the word free and put sure on it like that. He didn't send my money back, nor was I expecting it, but so it wasn't that he was looking at it as like as a request for to get a free signature, which I wasn't asking. I was asking about a free minute time to sign it, but I don't know. Anyway, so there's Denny McLain, Tiger. You guys know who he is, so yeah. And then here's a big one. Actually, hold on one second. I got 3 from him. And I will show you them one at a time because I've got them in cases for whatever reason. Wade Boggs. Got my rookie card signed, so I'm gonna have to get another rookie card of his that's not signed, but I got my only rookie card of him signed, which is really cool. I think he charges like $20 for rookies and $15 not. Don't quote me on that, but I think some of them charge like a little more for rookies. I think Canseco does, or at least he used to. I think Canseco may all be $20 now, but Boggs got his rookie card. I also got a 1988 Topps Tiffany, which I love those Tiffany cards. Got the bright backs, glossy, just looks really good. And then also this card, which I've always loved this this picture on the 91 Topps. So he signed all 3 of them for me, which is great. And then I've got 1 minute, Casey Candale, which got his 88 Topps rookie, his 88 Flair rookie, and his 88 Score rookie. Which the 88 Score one isn't probably the best choice again because his signature gets lost in all that darkness. But 88 Flares I love because there's so much white on the cards and they just seem to be super bright. But not all of them, but are often great choices for getting autographs. But I also like the Topps with the cups too, so I kind of jump at those. All the way from Puerto Rico is Juan Gonzalez. These went all the way to Puerto Rico and came back in like a week. It was super fast. He does charge like a fee. I think it's like $5. It's nothing, but you know, they just look great. Cool cards of his. And then some players only want to sign one. I guess they get inundated with requests, so you've got to sometimes be mindful of that when you send out cards to them. One such is Rick Cerrone. If you send him more than one card, he will sign one of them and send the rest back. He will choose which one he signs. So if you want if there's one you want more than others, only send him one, because he will choose, and it may not be the one you want. So I sent one to him and got it signed, which is this Flair one, which I thought was just a good looking card for a signature. Next, I've got a very well-known, cool Boston Bruin, Wayne Cashman from the 60s and 70s, which he does charge a little fee. I don't know if it's 5 or 10. Don't quote me on anything because I don't remember, but he does charge a fee. But definitely very happy to get Wayne Cashman. And then Kenny Hodge, also from that same team. Bobby Orr was on that team as well. Next, I've got Andy McGaffigan. He was on the Expos. Just another player that I remember from my younger days. Mickey Stanley, he was a little bit before my time, but he is a Tiger, and I love getting Tigers. He kind of just went right over that printed signature on the 77 Topps. That's the other thing on a lot of these old 70s cards and early 80s. They have like the printed signature. I hate that they did that. It often makes me not want to choose those cards to get signatures on. But because sometimes they do stuff like this where you just wrote right over it. Sometimes they'll go somewhere else on the card, but it just looks kind of busy with like 2 signatures that don't always match up on the cards. This guy I don't remember from the 80s, but I had cards of him, so I sent him out. This is Dwayne Keeper. Maybe you guys remember him, but I sure don't. There's another one before my time from the Red Sox. This is Bill Landis. Here's another one of those players who only signs one card, so be very careful if you send one to Mike Dunn. He only likes to sign one card. And then next, here's another big one that I'm very happy to get. Jerry Koosman. His signature is getting super shaky, but I think he's getting up there in years. But I got the 69 Topps with the trophy on it. I didn't get the one with that other player on it, whatever his name is, Nolan something. But got this one because it's kind of a nice. It's got him taking up the whole picture. I don't own the actual rookie, but this one looks great with his signature. And I got an 85 Tops. I'm also really partial to 85 Tops. I love that set. Then next we've got another awesome one. Frank Viola. I got my 1983 Topps rookie signed, which looks really good with it, even though it's kind of blue on blue, but love it. And then this was another one I chose just because I thought the picture was a great one for getting autographed as far as lightness and where the signature would just show up really well. So I got the score, 91 score signed as well. And then lastly, we've got Charlie, is it Ho or Huff or however you pronounce it? You guys can correct me on it or tell me the correct pronunciation, but he's played forever, from like the early 70s through like the late 80s, early 90s, just lots of years of playing. Great pitcher. But anyway, so that's the last of my through the mail cards. Let me know which ones you liked the best. I think I can probably guess some of them. My favorite is probably Raleigh Fingers. Wade Boggs is cool too, but the Raleigh Fingers ones are definitely my favorites. So anyway, hope you guys enjoyed that, and I will see you guys on the next one. Thanks. Take care.